Within minutes of starting my first playthrough of Population Zero, I had this insatiable urge to start watching Interstellar for the first time in about a year. The reason I felt that way is because the way this game sets up is very similar to as if it was a sequel to Interstellar. You are an astronaut turned explorer as part of the Artemis project, and what you're doing is exploring a brand new planet called Kepler 438b, and this is seen as like a second Earth. So what humanity is trying to do is terraform and research this new planet that they can live on, sort of like where Interstellar actually left off. This is an MMO-style third-person action survival game. And if you've played an MMO lately, any modern MMO, then you'll be immediately familiar with this game. But where it differs is in the use of some different systems and mechanics. First and foremost, instead of spending too much time fighting and in combat, what you're actually going to be doing is researching different animals as well as plants and collecting those things. And every time you do something like that, you earn something called a theory point. As you accumulate theory points, you can invest those in different areas of a technology tree, and those are different things like recipes that you can use to craft new things, or tools that you can use to cook and build different armor and stuff like that. And the really cool thing about the technology tree is that it's completely open-ended, so you can really invest your theory points wherever you want from the start of the game. There isn't much restriction in that you need to sort of upgrade this point before you go to the next. You're really given freedom to move the way that you want. The other area where it's quite a bit different from other MMOs is that it uses attrition mechanics. So you do have to keep an eye on things like thirst as well as hunger, or else you're going to start losing your stamina as well as your health. So you need to find non-toxic water sources as well as things that you can cook and eat while you're exploring the world. The other thing that makes it quite a bit different from other MMOs is that there is this void system. So there are other creatures on the Earth that used to be humans, and you can turn into one of these void creatures yourself if you're not careful. The way that happens is, the first way is if you respawn too many times, then you can actually mutate into one of these voids. The other way is if you get caught outside at night, then you can turn into a void creature. You have this little mutation meter at the top right-hand corner of the screen, and the further that gets towards the alien side, the closer you're getting to actually mutating. So you have to keep an eye on that. And then the last part where this really differentiates itself from other MMOs is with the use of this sort of doomsday clock system. So each play session you have lasts 7 games of in-day time, or 168 hours. In these play sessions, you have to do a number of different things to make sure that you can survive what they call the long night. That happens at 0 hour. There's a number of different things you have to do. You have to power reactors. You have to search and research. You also have to put your hibernation pod online. And if you accomplish all those things, then you survive that session and you gain XP. If you don't, you die, you lose a bunch of loot, and you don't get as much XP. So there is that drive, there is that sort of doomsday clock. So Population Zero, it comes from Nplex Games. It is entering early access on probably when you're watching it. So watching this, so Tuesday, May 5th. We had a lot of fun playing the game, and we hope you do too. Be sure to check it out.